Da-da-da-da. Okay, so we are live. Let me share screen
Okay.
so we can look at the apps that we made together. Hey, buddy, welcome to Figure Friday week. Oops, I think 30. No, let me share window. There we go. Week 35. Alice, can you see my screen?
I can see. Yes.
Perfect. So in week 35, we had the survey that was conducted by the Cornell University on computer science learners. And I think there was about 18,000 responders from many dozens of countries around the world.
Mm.
And it was a large data set, column wise especially. We had probably dozens, if not hundreds, of columns. So community members actually used some of the columns that they found interesting and made some Dash apps and Plotly Studio apps around them. I give an example of Plotly Studio tree map that was made. Here you can see an analysis of coding AI, the visualization of what AI tools people reported. So most tools are like 50% is GitHub Copilot, and then some of these are used as well. So we had, let's see, Marianne. We have Alex with us here, and he will talk to us about his app once we get to him. We have Marianne that built something as well. We'll let that load on Plotly Cloud, which is currently free for everyone. A nice conversation. Oh, and then Mike also, who couldn't make it today, but Mike also created something. So Marianne built this. She put this together very quickly. Here are some controls. I'm going to close this so we can see more. Some summary cards. We had almost 18,000 respondents. 55% of them have professional experience. 45% don't. So they could be students, or they could be people who just graduated that haven't had a job yet. And 53 of them, over half of them, actually use AI in their daily life, which is an amazing number to see. This would be so different 3-4 years ago. Absolute count. So here we see the number of participants, of survey participants. So in the US was the most, not surprisingly, Cornell University, 1,400, almost 500. And then we have in China, almost 1,000, India, Germany, Nigeria, 1,000 people, 93 from Egypt, and 24 from Algeria, and so on and so on. So this is a worldwide kind of survey. It's got so many answers. And then she actually also have here a participation rate. Let's see if it loads correctly. So this is almost like normalizing or standardizing the information. Just because 1,000 people participate in the US, what does that mean when you take in consideration the amount of the size of the population? So that's like 0.4% rate, or maybe from all those surveys that were sent out. Kazakhstan had only 283 people that responded, but that's a 1.5% participation rate from all those that were sent the survey. So you can see more countries in South America and Central Asia, they had a higher participation rate than the bigger countries, US, China. China had a very low participation rate. Okay, thank you, Marianne, for that. And then we have learning format here you can see the explanation, satisfaction rating across different learning methods. So people choose to learn through self-paced tutorials or through mentorship. All this is pretty similar. Average rating 3.93, 3.96. So it's not that big of a difference, but most people learn through internships, which is not surprising. They can learn through tutorials as well, but internship you have to do the job, so it's a good learning experience. And this is by education level.
This scatter plot is really good.
Yeah. Well, sorry, Alex, what?
The scatter plot, the right.
Oh, yeah, the scatter plot.
It's
Programming
interesting.
language learning trends. current usage. Let's say, for example,
versus learning trend.
I forgot what she meant by learning trend or the column. Do you remember this, Alex? The column of the
No,
learning trend percentage?
no,
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
The learning percentage
Honestly.
here is, I guess, like it's from what I'm reading here, 47%. Sorry, 42% of responders are learning Python.
Right.
Yeah,
Interesting.
7,000 out of 18,000, and then 11,000 or 66% are actually using it. So obviously there's a strong positive correlation between people who learn Python and people who use
Mhm,
Python.
mhm. And
Or
makes sense. So,
yeah,
and makes sense learning Python because Python, for instance, is one of the most
Python has a
important language
high usage.
to use AI assistant. Exactly.
Yeah, highest usage. Um, right here. So you can see that, for example, Java and SQL have more or less the same amount of use of current usage at 51% and 50%. However, Java, there's a much higher percentage of people learning it, 31% versus 20%.
Mm-hmm.
Big gap. Okay.
Java versus.
And then we have a bunch of
Do you
colors.
have any information, Adam, about the data, the data, no, the date this survey was done?
I
What
don't
year?
have, what was it here? The research paper. So
Um,
the survey was for sure done after the research, or before the research paper was written. And this was written when, well, submitted on August 7th. So it's probably in here, Alex, but I doubt, if they did a
okay.
survey and then wrote for us and then wrote a research
Yeah.
paper on it, the survey is probably from the last year or so.
They collected data. The question is because you can see here, for instance, ChatGPT, but also Google Bar, no Gemini. Google Bar is not the name. I don't know if they changed the name of the AI assistant.
Where, but where are you talking about here?
If you look at any AI assistants that in the survey that people use, appear Google Bar instead of Gemini. Google.
Oh,
So that's the that's why I asking exactly why.
Google Bard, yeah. Oh,
Uh-huh.
you're right. That was before Gemini, right? Or after?
Exactly.
Before, yeah.
Exactly. Before.
Oh, that's a good point.
I don't know. I don't know how many time Gemini have. 5 months, 4 months. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't even have a year. So this survey must have been conducted like at least 6 months ago, maybe more.
Uh-huh.
Good
Mm-hmm.
point. Good point. And then we have here the difference in for everybody, all experience levels and all studies in the top 10. We see that most common challenges faced by the computer science learners. So the speed of technological process is not that big of a challenge compared to understanding abstract and complex concepts, which is understandably a challenge because it's
Mm-hmm.
AI or imposter
Mm-hmm.
syndrome. Like I'm a perfect um, in my field, in my skill set, and maybe it's because, well, I'm not. I'm just using mainly AI. Uh,
Exactly.
very
Yeah.
interesting.
Very interesting.
Okay, so that was Marianne's. And then we have Mike's here, and then we have yours, Alex. So let look. I want to go to Esther's for a sec. I don't think she shared the link to the
Ah,
poll, so we just have,
no. My chair link.
yeah,
It's
Mike.
beautiful.
But we do have a heat map that Esther created, which is, I really like this heat map because it's very
Mm-hmm.
clear
Mm-hmm.
to see the differentiation between uh, these the adoption of learning practices. How do you learn
Mm-hmm.
computer
Mm-hmm.
science, right? Analyzing or teaching or working, solving coding assignments by
So,
by age range. Um, Interesting to see this. I don't know if the data was normalized. Maybe there's a lot more people between 30 and 39 who responded to the survey. So generally speaking, the color will be higher for all groups. So I'm not sure
Mhm.
if I think this was standardized. So it's
No,
proportional
but this here
correspondence.
is count. Maybe I don't know. Maybe she eliminated some columns.
Maybe what?
Yeah, she eliminated some columns.
Oh
I'm
yeah, yeah,
seeing that. I
maybe.
don't think I don't think it is normalized. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
But
maybe.
interesting to see that the age between 30 and 39 are higher than the 21 and
Yeah,
29. That mainly 21 and 29, if I not wrong, is the major participation is between this age 21, 29.
this is
Between
the
this
main
age,
participation, 21 to 29.
I think so. I don't know if
Let's see
Mike,
if
you
Mike
can see
has
that.
information. Well, Mike has information by countries, of which
Look at this user account.
let's look at China, for
Hmm.
example. China mainland. So this is, oh yeah, you're right, Alice. Look, 21 to 29 is the
Yes, yes,
first.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
I know because exactly. I know because I always said I also run a previous EDA, and I see that the major people, the major survey respondents are from this age. What is it? Interesting.
Yeah. Okay, let's see.
And that's what I say that 30, 31, 30, 30, 39 are in this third heat map shows this higher number
Yeah,
than
that's why the heat map.
interesting.
And here we have, if you just scroll into female to see what the difference is. China mainland, mostly Python, and then C++.
I didn't see that.
So
No,
in China, it's Python, C++, and then really HTML. Let's move to, for example,
60% example.
Canada and Python, C++ for female, Python, C++. So here we have Java is more than Python. Oh, wow.
Java more than
And then
Python. Why?
JavaScript, and then
Why?
HTML.
Maybe software engineer. This is interesting. This I didn't see that column. This is interesting that column. Later you will see how I'm telling what is interesting that column. But basically, for instance, Russia is another. A lot of people participating. It's interesting. Russia,
Russia. Russia.
Russian Federation,
30 to 39 are most Russian participants. Here we
Python,
interesting Python,
Python,
yeah,
Python, Python.
and then C++,
Python.
like China, and then HTML, very exactly the same
Mm,
as China, and then Java was China was before. Wow,
only Java.
very cool. It's good to
Really
be
cool.
able to see this.
This graph here is the chart is interesting too. It's
Yeah,
very interesting. It's very insightful. You can
yeah,
see.
yeah, and then we have the horizontal bar chart to look at the same thing, the top 10 languages. So we have Python, and then we have Java and C++.
Java.
Compare it with, let's say, non-binary, if we wanted just to look at non-binary,
Hmm.
but there's small numbers. One,
Very small.
yeah, very small. Okay, so this is Mike. Thank you, Mike, for building this and sharing this. I love the colors you chose. This
Really, it was really good.
you can look at
Education is
engagement
another I didn't see.
instead of
Wow,
age, years of experience. Oh, nice. Oh, wow.
very cool.
This stays gender, but this drop down changes this chart. Um, very cool.
Very cool.
Okay, you want me to click on yours?
Click. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Well, basically here, and what I try to, I telling you, basically here it was I face it's interesting this type of data. I face a little, as you say, a lot of columns, about 600 columns, something like that, a lot. But basically, what I tried to do was focus on the first chart that I sent for with this type of that's in light that shows exactly among the people using assistance versus the people that are not using the AI assistant. I focus on using this number with the student that use AI assistant. That is this number here, 9,500. I filter this data.
Where
That
is the 9,000?
here in the title, you will see CD Student Survey Explorer, Understanding Computer. Here we see 9,538 students
Oh, yeah, yeah,
here.
yeah.
Okay, basically, global survey, 27 variables, and well, it updated based on the day you are uh, open. Well, here, identify the stronger association. What I try to do is, as usual, try to find patterns, try to find something that basically, first, I try to do clusters,
Yeah.
but was a challenge doing clusters and PCA. Why? Because the variable I select base are mainly categorical variable.
Okay.
And doing cluster with categorical variable is not easy. It's very difficult, and also it's not it's not good, or at least what I found as at the end of the day, I decided to use an statistical method called grammar, or cheat square grammar.
Okay.
What grammar does? Grammar exactly is a measure made exactly to find relationship between, or association between categorical method.
Okay. What is it
It's
called?
a grammar.
Crammer. Okay.
Grammar. Okay, let's select, for instance, exactly what I did here. Well, what student characteristic are you employing? Marital status. Marital status, exactly. You can, when you select one, you will see here exactly married. Here, exactly with I built a card system. Why a card system? Because it's easier with numbers than with chart. With chart is so subjective to see exactly what. Well, here we can see at the top, we can see the card that you selected marital status married.
Yeah.
The amount of respondents in the selected group, the percentage based on exactly the people that use AI assistants, the associated factors, 11 associated factor. The associated factor, and then you can see the stronger associated found. Normally, they said here, the method says 11, but they highlight the 5 more stronger in this case, or the strongest. In this case, well, you can see children. Okay, maybe it's expected. Out here, I try to exactly do this out of 10 in this segment on this selected group. 4 plus more likely. This is exactly another measure that is visually more appealing than a chart, that a bar chart, or that other type of chart. And
Yeah.
also a survey insight. And you can see here high representation. This is may represent 25% of student participants, a strong pattern, priority area for student children for cheat most significant higher than the baseline. This type of but statistical goes beyond, and also can give you more information about niche, for instance, or about many points that you can make, and so on. These are the 5, in this case, that you selected characteristics. These are the 5 more important characteristics associated with marital status.
But what
You
does it
can,
mean, Alex, when like children as a characteristic is like from all 1,900 respondents, um, most 8 out of 10 reported having children?
yes,
Okay.
yes, this characteristic, yes. And 4 of 10 is done in this age range, and also the other years of coding, 16 plus years
Wow,
coding,
seven out
seven
of
out
ten.
of 10. This type of, exactly, this like is connecting all the characteristics in this survey and summarize in these cards to see, oh, it's interesting this niche, how many people, what can we do for them, and also filter if you want to see deeper insight. That's the idea of this type of tool, I believe, basically. Also, this is with marital status. You can select them from a range. For instance, if you go up, a select age range, for instance, 21, 29. Take a look. That's
Wow,
the,
wow, wow.
that's the interesting thing about what I children. I don't have children. The strongest, no, they don't have children. Basically, 5 out of 10 don't have children. 1 or 2 years old. Some of these associations are expected. Well, you have 21 to 22, the experience of coding may be exactly 1 or 2 years. But the interesting thing about this is that basically you are validating this. For instance, if you have this insight, you are validating, or this hypothesis, you are validating using this tool. Also, the marital status are 5 out of 10 are single, and the country, China mainland, are the main side. 6 out of 10 are China mainland, and also the annual salary is up to 2,000
12,000.
to 12,000, 6 out of 10. Interesting. Also, you can also select, for instance, female, female, the gender female. AI assistant, ChatGPT, out of 10,
3 times more likely to be from Belarus.
Belarus. This type of insight that is very difficult to to find or to see in bar chart, and it's very, the best way I found. I don't know what do you think is doing this system of car systems, basically. I don't know, but well, was basically I wanted to build based
I
on the
prefer I
data.
prefer looking at it this way. This is really cool. Um, and this helps a lot. 2 times more likely than the average. For example, healthcare and medicine.
Yes. For
Um,
instance, this method, or metric, statistical metric, is used for instance, for market basket, marketing,
okay.
niche, this type of thing that help to see, the people that, I don't know, is have between this age, how they buy, how what they buy, how many spends, this type of thing. Well, is specifically what I try to do with this type of thing, and I think that is interesting to build. I don't know, for professor, for curriculum, for resources,
Mhm.
for budget to see exactly how distributed budget. I don't know, but basically, what's I mean, I don't know if you have any question. If
Well,
you,
Alex, if you wanted to add a visualization here, what visualization would you add?
it's an excellent question. Well, basically, there are a lot of visualization, but it's not easy. It's not easy to see with just one visualization exactly, to answer all these questions that you can see in one chart. For instance, you can have as Esther's did a heat map. For
Yeah.
when we have heat map, you can see, for instance, I don't know, the amount of people. You can meet the frequency, because at the end of the day, the grammar is a measure of frequency.
Yeah.
Frequency observed versus frequency expected. So you can see the frequency, but what are the actionability? What it tells me exactly? I have seen many people here, many people here, many people here. But another one maybe I don't know, some type of, for instance, to try to understand this 2 out of 10. For instance, maybe a pie chart or a bar or a stack bar that
Mm.
shows exactly and tells you, well, but you see, to illustrate and count and tell you a story. I understand that.
Yeah, that's pie chart would be good for that one.
Exactly, a pie chart, maybe a stack bar. What else? A scatter plot? No, because this is mainly categorical. And with categorical, it's very difficult to or at least maybe the amount of 2 points only, as uh, um, Mike did. 2 points, 1 point that is, for instance, the amount of people. Exactly,
Yeah, the bill.
this exactly, yes, the bell, yes. This one, for instance,
Yeah.
is exactly comparing between two. For instance, you can make a scatter comparing no more than three.
Yeah.
In this case, it's male and female, but no
Female.
more than three. Or marital status, for instance, may be interesting. Or that chart. That's basically, I don't see, but also you have, if you make with some chart, also you have to use some card,
Yeah.
strong use of card.
What
Or,
the emojis here are for each card category, AI assistant, and
mhm, mhm.
okay.
And they keep finding high representation, strong pattern. Yeah. For instance, if you look at the specific about work in the field or CS career, this kind of characteristics is interesting to work in other field, for instance. Select,
It's the
yes.
only field I've worked in.
Mhm.
6,000.
No. Uh,
I'm
let's
very.
see.
Most of them are very close to average. 1.1, 1.3.
Mm-hmm,
I mean, this is
mm-hmm,
still 30% more than average, I think. But yeah,
mm-hmm. But the age, for instance, the age student from India, single, is exactly what I said. I told you, no? Maybe some association are expected. I expected that people is younger, that they are not working. It makes sense. They are not working in other area because 18 to 20 they are student. But this is the type of filter that you can maybe filter, maybe association, something interesting come up with.
yeah.
You do it in that way. And that's
Stop
it.
sharing. All right, Alex. Thank you so much for this dashboard with Dash app.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
A great Dash app.
Our patient.
Appreciate your submissions on later today. We'll have a Figure Friday data set for week 36. It just escaped my head. I had a data set chosen from actually New York City Open Data Portal, but I'll share it. I'll share it in about an hour or so, and that's it. We have a few events coming up that I wanted to share. Uh, we have a big webinar for the launch of our newest products, the AI products, Poly Studio. Cloud is going to be on the 23rd. You can go to poly.com/events to see. We're
Mhm.
going to talk about Vibe Analytics. And then we have a few meetups in person happening in New York today, actually, New York City. We're going to have Toronto and Montreal and Raleigh, North Carolina, and London again in September. And then, like always, the last Wednesday of the month, we have our Plotly Hangout. The last Thursday of the month in September, we'll have our virtual meetup. If you want to join us, please just write me at adam@plot.ly. And we soon will have also a hackathon that we're going to launch in a couple of weeks. So stay tuned. All right. Alex, thank you for joining us. Thank you, everybody here for watching.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next week.
Have a nice weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.